Your secrets, if you really look at yourself, you would be speechless. What happened to being doctors and teachers? What happened to being your brother's keeper? Nowadays, kids more worried.
That support check in the mail. Open it, and you're like, what the hell? You say, this ain't even half a day. Saying to yourself, this shit ain't fair. All my girls who don't get, who gotta do everything by yourself. Remember, one dog can only make you stronger.
Best friend, I want you out all the time. All the time. Best friend. If you promise you'll be mine.
Yo, what is poppin'? Before the video starts, I just want to let you all know that I give readings, just like the ones that you see every Monday on my channel. I give on point Orisha Tarot card readings for singles and also for couples. I also do natal chart consultations. My Everything is Everything reading is by far my bestseller. If you want to check out any of these services, please visit my website at www.bandclaptv.com. And also, when you go to that website and you scroll down, you will see a link to go to my shadow work class. In this time that we're in right now, shadow work is very, very important. Getting to know yourself, your inner child, really knowing who you are. All of these things are extremely important, and I have a very, very informative self-paced course. Shout out to Spiritual Ascension University and Melanie the Spirit Doula for allowing me to be able to give you all this very, very priceless course, if I do say so myself. So again, if you want to check these things out, go to my website, www.bandclaptv.com. All right, on with the video. Yo, what is poppin', YouTube family? It's the top of the week, so you already know what time it is. It's your boy, Mr.BandClap, at it again with another on point Orisha Tarot forecast spread for the week of Monday, December the 7th till December the 14th of 2020. We almost there, y'all. We almost there. Almost at the end of the year. I really appreciate everybody who's been sticking it out with me this 2020. I know we've all been going through a lot. I know we've all been hustling. We've all been doing our work, whether it's spiritual work, or we're just working on ourselves, or we're just working as hard as we can to keep ourselves afloat financially and stuff like that. And I appreciate all of the donations. I appreciate all the love and support, because like I said, the soul family, we're all we got. So we have to be able to support each other in our businesses and things that we're trying to do for the soul fam. And we also have to have a network where we can promote each other's businesses. But with that being said, we got to make sure that everything that needs to be rectified and taken care of when it comes to making your business as professional as you can, those things has to be taken care of, so we can make sure that we're giving optimum service to our clients and to our customers. So as you know, this is the YouTube version. So with that being said, this right here represents the bottom of the deck. These are just some overall things that you definitely need to keep in mind about this week. As you can see, these rows are labeled by day, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you may witness these different things on that particular day. It's just something for you to just make sure that you're being cognizant about during this week. It's crazy. We're almost at the middle part of December, and I feel like we just got into December. So, right now, we're getting into that time of harvest. If you've been doing all the things that you were supposed to do at the beginning parts of the year, all of these things are coming around full circle now. And just a little about what's been going on with me for these past few days since y'all last seen me. I was called out to work this gig for this very, very famous wrestling company. And it's really the first time that I've had a gig since, I would say, February or March. And it's funny because my last gig before COVID really started to shut everything down was with this same company or whatever. So it's crazy how everything goes back full circle. And I'm currently in Orlando, and this gig is in St. Pete. So at the time, I only had like $50 to my name, and I'm gonna be down here until the 9th. So this was from the 3rd all the way to the 9th. So I'm over here like, man, how am I gonna survive this trip? Because I really didn't have a lot of money like that. But something in my spirit was telling me to go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it and have faith that things are going to work out. And I listened to that spiritual message, and I went ahead and came down, and like clockwork, as soon as I came down, got settled in my room and all of that, literally every day I would get some type of money, whether it was people signing up for my class, 2 people hit me up wanting everything is everything readings. And literally, not only did I have at the end of it all enough money where I can make sure that I'm sustained throughout this trip that I'm on, I also had enough money to extend my room for 2 more days. So today is actually my off day, and it pretty much worked out in my favor because this is the day that I usually do these, and this is the reason why that this is going to be posted a lot earlier than my past ones. So if y'all haven't been following me on Instagram, I put up some pictures of this RV that I'm trying to manifest, in talks with the owner of it, so we can set up a payment plan so I can go ahead and get this and fix it up. This is going to be a game changer for your boy. And I'm going to use this RV not only to live in and stuff like that, so I can travel and meet some of you all, and also be able to vlog and stuff like that. This RV is also going to be my base of operations when it comes to doing my videos, doing my business stuff. So this RV is definitely going to be used for business purposes, because it's going to be kind of like working from home, working from a mobile home. So the price tag on this, very lucky RV that I was able to find is $1,400. So I'm saving up right now so I can hopefully get that before next year. I'm not asking for donations for this, but if you would like to help your boy out, you already know what my Cash App is, and you already know what my PayPal is. Like I say, everything that you all have been donating and sewing into me, I'm making moves with it. And all the moves that I make is going to be something that's going to make my content better. So I'll be able to put out more content, and it stays at the quality that it's in, and even more, because I got a lot of ideas. Geminis, we have a lot of ideas. We have a lot of things that we want to get off the ground, but it's always an issue about having enough funds to be able to afford bringing these ideas to life. And then once they come to life, they tend to have a mind of their own, and they're able to generate the money that they need to sustain themselves. So that's what's been going on with me. I hope you all have been having some positive things going on in your life as well. So let's get started. Since this is only the YouTube version, I'm only going to pull the top card off of these rows. And if you want to see me pull every single card, and you get a full synopsis on what to expect for this week, join my Patreon at www.patreon.com/BandClapTV. All right, so let's see what we got. Okay, Six of Earth. We know that the Six of Earth, the Earth sign that represents the six, is the Virgo, aka the SU. So this is a very motivational card right now. Shout out to all my Tauruses, all my Capricorns, and my Virgos. It's funny because my roommate at the time, he's a double Virgo, so that whole situation worked out. And as you can see with this card right here, it represents a man, the sovereign animal among the others, who share his kingdom, distributes food in equal shares, giving 6 bales of foodstuff to the prejudiced goat and his impetuous zebra. This card means that the reason that you have won is because you have received from the powerful one who offers support and equality. Take this as a gift. It can represent important employment offers, contracts, and associations where all parties will share a 50-50 basis. Seize this opportunity. So again, I'm going through this. I was going through this right now. I had a opportunity to work, so I will be able to go home and see my family for Christmas, something that I wasn't able to do for Thanksgiving because I didn't have the money for gas and stuff like that. And I didn't realize until I got to the gig or whatever that this company in Florida is literally the only show production company right now that has work. So just think, if I would have just stayed in my head and I would have just let this very beautiful moment pass me by, because I'm like, man, I don't know if I'll be able to afford it. I got $70. I only got $50 to my name once I pay for gas to get up there, and You know, one thing that I've kind of been noticing since this Gemini full moon that happened, it is very, very toxic to stay in your head too long when making decisions. At least right now it is. Because there's a lot of chaos that's going on. And if you know that you're spiritually led to do something, even though the odds on a outward level seems like that they're going to be against you, you need to listen to that first mind. You need to listen to the Most High when the Most High is trying to give you this opportunity. Seize the opportunity, whatever it is. I got a soul family member right now who's kind of in limbo because, you know, Spirit is telling her like, yo, you know, it's time for you to move. It's time for you to, you know, to move out and go to this new state. But, you know, she's been in her head about it. She's, you know, she left, then she came back, all of these things. And I was telling her the same thing, you know, all the tower moments that we went through this year was to bring us here. It was to bring us here. So no matter what your situation seems like on a outward type of level, if you're being led to make a move, or if you're being led to take a chance or whatever, you have to be able to trust that the Most High got your back. You got to be able to trust that, because like it said, you know, you have won because you received a gift from the powerful one. Seize this opportunity. You know, employment offers, contracts, associations, you know, in this gig that I'm in right now, it is an association to where we're all putting in work, and we all, you know, is going to share that victory at the end of it all, when this project that we're doing for this wrestling company is complete. You know, so every time we watch an episode of wrestling, you know, we can be like, yo, I helped to put that together. I helped to put that stage up. I helped to put those lights up. You know, I helped to put, you know, the beams up and all of these things, you know. And this is what I like about doing show production. And I talk about this a lot in my past podcasts about this. So this is a very, very beautiful type of card to start this week off with, you know, for the overall. So let's see what Monday has for us. All right. You see what happens? You see this five of air? You see what happens when, you know, when you got this gift from the Most High, you know, and now vibration wise and stuff like that, now you're starting to enter a heightened type of you know, situation. You know, you're no longer in the lower realms, you know, of survival and struggling and all of this. Because of the spiritual work that you put in, and the struggling and the hustling that you've been doing, now you got a harvest. So this represents the people in your circle that you thought was your friend. The people in your circle that you thought was your friend, the people in your circle that you thought was cool with you, because all of y'all was at the bottom together. But now, since you're rising above them, now you're looking down and you're seeing them for the snakes that they are. You know, now you realize that you were flirting with danger when you were at the bottom. When you were at that bottom, you know, now you realize that there may have been some people that were close to you that you thought was, cool with you. Now, a lot of these people, their true colors is going to start coming out. And don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. C Boogie, shout out to C Boogie. He got a live stream that's going on called the Meek Mill $20 incident. Why do celebrities or rappers or whatever, when they make it out the hood, they're pressured to go back? That's what this card is about. This card says, you are flirting with danger, a brave but unsuitable attitude, since you are not bearing in mind the risk you may be running in ensuring the integrity of others. You can't help everybody, you can't save everybody, and you can't please everybody. These are all the things that when you get out of this hot water and now you got this gift, you're building your own house, you're building your own reality. You got all of nature and you got the divine feminine coming to you, and you're this divine masculine man. Just because you came to this realization, and this can go both ways, just because you came to this realization now because you're no longer in that vibration, that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to pull out people that was down with you. That doesn't mean that you're going to be able to pull all of them up, because some of them is going to be some snakes. Some of them is going to be some rats. Some of them is going to be some Judas Iscariots. And that's what this is talking about. Although some of your characteristics may lead you to triumph, do not let the greed of others influence you. To achieve this, listen to the warning, reject vanity and pride, pay more attention to your intuition, and ask the people around you to help you. See, when you get into these, when you get into this, remember all the people when you was at the bottom that selflessly helped you. Because it's those times when you're at the bottom that you see who your true friends are. And I always talk about that. I had some moments in my life that, I had to heed this warning as well. It says, do not boast of your virtues, since danger may be looming. Just because you're up here, don't start flossing. Don't start posting on Instagram and TikTok your chains and all your money and with the money phone and all of that, because you just made it up here. You just made it up here. So it's still fresh. Something can happen where you can literally be back down here. Don't think, yeah, you're high and you're mighty, but don't act so high and mighty right now, like you can't be touched. Because even though, you're in a higher vibration right now, you're the king, you gotta realize that, it's still because of the Most High that you got here. You still have to remember that. You may be unaware of the danger that may be looming, or it may be camouflaged. So really take that into consideration before you start flossing, or before you start trying to help people get to the level that you're at. Everybody has to do this shadow work, and I can't do your shadow work for you. You can't do my shadow work for me. And until that shadow work is done, that's the only way that you're going to get to this point. Wait, let me change that. As long as you are righteously working on yourself all the time, doing that shadow work, is when you're gonna start getting these gifts from the Most High. You know, and my dad always told me this. When you make one step, he'll make two. You know, I know that's a Christian reference, but still, you know, it holds a lot of weight when you're talking about manifestation and you know, what you call it, reciprocity, and the law of cause and effect, and all of those things, you know. So definitely keep this in mind. This is the 5 of air. So keep this in mind. You know, we know that air is all about intelligence and stuff like that when it comes to the mind, communication. So make sure, you know, keep in mind who you're communicating with. Not everybody needs to know your moves. Not everybody needs to know what you're doing. Not everybody needs to know, because you don't know who's secretly wanting you to fail. You don't know who's secretly planning your demise, you know, because when you're in the bottom, everybody, and you know, when everybody's at the bottom, you know, everybody's cool with each other. As soon as you start rising up, you'll see who really had your best interest at heart. So Tuesday is the day that I'm gonna pull all of the cards. So let's see what we got for Tuesday. Okay, 3 of water. Very good. Very dope card. So this is the 7 of fire, fighting the beast. So this is you struggled a lot, you fought the beast, you fought fair, and this is triumph for fighting the beast. And let's see what this is about. Okay. All right. So, shout out to Nipsey Hussle, because when I look at this spread right here for Tuesday, it reminds me of that song "Check Me Out" by Nipsey Hussle. And this was like, you know, I've always knew about Nip, you know, in different ways and stuff like that, but this was the song that really got me into listening to his music. And it was a Tariq Nasheed Mac Lessons episode that this song, you know, he had this song playing at the beginning of the episode, and I'm like, yo, I need to really check this dude out and his music out even more, because at that time I was going through a lot of the bad karma things that he was talking about in that song, where he was like, nigga, fuck it, I came from nothing, shootouts in public, riding buses, you know, buying Benzes, buying buckets, knocked me off of my grind, that's what they wasn't. My life was ugly, but I got money, you know. And he said a lot of truth in that song. See, this is the I came from nothing, you know. This is the I came from nothing, shootouts in public, riding buses, you know. And a lot of us, we felt like we went a lot of our lives before we started doing our shadow work, before we started realizing who we are and what our life path is, and all of those type of things, you know, before we found that divine spirituality that gave us a lot of answers and stuff. A lot of us, we felt like we was dealt a bad hand, you know. And I actually had someone in my class come to me and was like, yo, like, why is it that someone would choose to be in this fucked up life? Like, why would I choose to be, you know, come back to this messed up world and and all of these things. But what you have to realize is when you're looking at Earth from space, it looks so beautiful, it looks so peaceful, it looks so serene. You know, if you're looking at Earth from space, you would never think that half of this stuff that's going on Earth is going on. You know, which lets you know that there are two different realities. There's two different things. You got the Earth, and then you got the world. The world is something that is created. It's a simulation that's created on Earth. So this is why you can have heaven on Earth, you can have hell on Earth, you know, all of these type of things, you know. So that's what this is talking about. A lot of us, we started out thinking that we had this bad karma because of false promises, false prophets, you know, telling you that you're a sinner in need of a savior, you know, that you're nothing, you know, that you're, you know, all of these things that you learn or that you're taught when you're a child, and these are things that psychologically put you in a low vibration, you know, psychologically as you grow up. But this part, this is the knock me off of my grind. That's what they wasn't. My life was ugly. Well, yeah, knock me off of my grind is what they wasn't. And this is the Sagittarius card, you know, 7 of fire. Shout out to my Sagittarius. I think we're still in Sagittarius season right now. So this card, as you know, this card talks about bravery, dexterity, and the courage in facing trouble, quick thinking, and skill in action. You are clever in business or commercial matters. Remember when I was talking about Eshu, when he's a lot older, he's a very accomplished businessman because he went through this in his life. Came from nothing, you know, struggling, trying to make it, all of these things. So when he gets to this point, you know, he's a force to be reckoned with because of all the things that he went through with this beast. Remember about the beast. Remember about who the beast is and how to defeat the beast. Very important. You know, you are clever in business or commercial matters and will take a preventative and defensive measures against competition and rivalry in your field. You will gamble with opportunities and plan to consider defensive strategies, but not offensive ones. And this is something that you learn, especially being a melanated man. You know, you have to use your aggression and you know, stuff like that. You have to use that wisely. You know, you have to have some other things in your arsenal other than a gun and your fist. You have to learn how to effectively get your point across without using certain words and certain things that you know is going to trigger a negative response in somebody. You know, you have to be able to read the room and read the temperature of people's aura while you're trying to get your point across in that divine masculine type of way. You know, you will take into account public opinion, internal and external audiences, the environment, and the media. Your actions will be carefully protected and profitable in the long term. Again, this is real men shit. You know, this is a divine masculine. This is divine masculine stuff right here. You know, because we think about the long term. It's not always about what can I get right now. You know, what can I do to satisfy myself right now. You know, me getting this RV, this is long term. I could just take the money I got right now and pay down on an apartment, but I'd rather do something where I'm investing in myself, you know, and in the long term, you know, it's going to be a really, really, very, very cost effective situation, you know. And then you got, my life was ugly, but I got money. I caught a glimpse of that. That's not for me. So this is the, because of the maturity and because of the struggle that you went through down here, now this is you, the 3 of water. This is talking about 3 fish making up the sides of a triangle. This summary, this is the summary of the cards 1 and 2 of water, results in something that represents the Trinity, you know, a perfect triangle, symbol of faith with underlying power, brings about a teaching that is experience of all of the above mentioned process. This card talks about victory, good fortune, possibilities, favoring triumph, success, and prosperity. Things end as they started. The effect comes from a positive cause that will bring us pleasure and emotional stability. You know, it's real easy to have emotional stability when your outward world is peaceful. It's easy to have emotional stability when you're at peace, you know, because that's what this represents. Every time that I'm reading about the Orishas and I read about the Patakis and stuff like that, it always, after a real crazy event, you know, it always talks about how in the end, you know, the world was at peace. Everything was peaceful, you know. And that's the type of mindset that as men we have to have. You know, we have to stay in this peaceful mindset. But remember what all this entails, you know, because we don't want to go back to here. When you're in truth, this right here can never happen to you unless you allow it, you know. So definitely heed that. Let's see what Wednesday has for us. All right. So this is the water element, and it's upright. Shout out to my Cancers, my Scorpio, and my Pisces. So far, everything that's pertained to emotional fulfillment and emotional stability is positive right now. I haven't pulled any of these other cards, so I really don't know. But you got this 3 of water, you know, when you're in this stage of victory and triumph and all of that, you know, this is automatically going to be what your emotions are doing, you know. So this is just talking about emotional stability when you've done the work. Everything happens in a balanced type of way. If you're at peace mentally and psychologically, you will be spiritually triumphant, and you will be emotionally stable. Emotional stability, you know. So let's see what Thursday has for us. All right. So we got the 7 of Earth reversed. This is my Taurus, my Virgos, my Capricorns. And I want to pull another card to better explain this. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So this 7 of Earth, as we know, this is talking about someone going down the path that's less traveled. This is kind of reminiscent of the Fool card and the 4 of Earth, which is the goat. And I talked about the GOAT last week. So a lot of us, since we're blazing a new path and we're going down the path that's less traveled, we are tested. Again, this is the Sagittarius right here. Again, we're tested in ways that others aren't, because we're willing to do the dirty work that others aren't. We're willing to tread the quote unquote forbidden territories that others are scared to participate in, because they're, they got this certain path that's been programmed for them to do, and you can't fault them for not wanting to get off of that path, because most people are afraid of the unknown. That's just a human thing, a human situation. So you can't fault them, but you have to understand, since you chose to do this path, you got to realize that you're not like them, which means that you're not going to get the same results and the same prizes that they get. You're naturally gonna be, you're naturally going to soar higher than them, because you decided to, while everybody else is resting and they're on their off days and stuff like that, you're still working, you're still hustling, you're still trying to get it. So yeah, it's easy, since there's not gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be on your particular path, since this is something that you're blazing for your legacy and all of that. It's easy for you to run out of motivation. It's easy for you to run out of motivation and give up at the halfway point, or a little bit past the halfway point. But you got to remember that you will have to face the test posed by life. So when you feel like you're alone, you feel like you want to give up on the halfway point, you feel like you don't got enough strength left to go through the fire, through the wire, and finish the test. Ask your spirit guides for help, trusting that you will not be abandoned during the hard times, and you will overcome these tests without any difficulty or hardship. Your reward will increase in your self-esteem and the acknowledgement of your honesty by others. Let me read that one more time. Your reward will be an increase in your self-esteem and the acknowledgement of your honesty by others. Very important right now to stay motivated. And I got 2 more cards at the bottom, so you patrons are going to get a treat, because I bet this is going to mirror this in some type of way. So now we're getting towards the end of the week. Let's see what Friday has for us. All right, so we got the 3 of Earth reversed. This is for my Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns again. And since on Thursday I pulled another card, because the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn was reversed, let me do the same thing on this side. So let me pull another card again. It looked like it was already ready. Okay. All right. So you got the 3 of Air and the 3 of Earth. 2 threes. You got the 3 of air, 3 of earth. This is for my Virgo moons. This is for me. My Taurus moons, my Capricorn moons, my Gemini suns, Libra, Aquarius suns. And I know when it comes to, Virgos, we are the hermit. We're the solos. We're the solo people. Tauruses, especially Taurus moon. My dad is a Taurus moon. Can be very, very, very stubborn. Don't want to collaborate. Don't want to, be around people, certain people, stuff like that. Capricorn moons, very dry, very, very rigid, But like I said, in this time right now, your discernment and your intuition should be up to the point where now it's the time, for us to be able to communicate with our soul family. It's time for the soul family to come together in this time right now. So you can't be selfish, cynicism, totalitarianism. You can't be ignorant, and you can't be, you can't have this obstinacy attitude, disunion of efforts, and lack of collaboration. Because this 3 of air, if you're still stubborn and you still don't want to collaborate with your soul family, even though the Most High is like, yo, I'm bringing these people into your life to help you, but you got this, I don't want to collaborate with nobody. I'm gonna just be by myself. All of this type of stuff. This is talking about danger, separation, trouble, obstacles. You will be an easy prey for your enemies. The shadow of doubt and jealousy will condemn you to a sad fate. So this is very serious, because while you're being tested, you better be doing some shadow work and some healing to keep your heart from being hard. Because I know, this can already be a very lonely road. This can already be a very lonely road in general. And it's very easy when you're going through all this stuff alone and all of this stuff. It's very easy for you to feel like it's just gonna be me. Like I'm just gonna be alone, So when the Most High, when your spirit guides and your ancestors bring a aspect of themselves to come and help you, you can't act like, you can't refuse them, because they've already been vetted. They've already been tried and tested, so they're not going to bring nothing evil into your life or anything like that. So, and the main reason why you may be giving some people around you is because you may be entering a realm where you got a lot of danger around you that you may not see, but you may have a woman or a man that's been appointed to you at this time, that's been in this situation. So they already know who to deal with, or they already know how to deal with a situation like this that you're just now coming into. Somebody might come into your life and they're already in this high vibrational situation, and they probably been in it longer than you. You're just now getting here, but you got some associations, 3 of earth, associations with some people who are spiritually and emotionally positive, and they're trying to help you out. They're trying to help you to not fall into these traps and all of this. But if you're stubborn and you acting like you Mr. or Mrs. Independent, I can do it all by myself. I can do bad all by myself. You will be an easy prey to these enemies that are right here. Easy prey, you know? So make sure you keep that in mind. So now we are in the weekend, baby. Let's see what Saturday has for us. Ooh. All right. So this is the result of this. With great power comes great responsibility. This is the goat, but this is the fall of the goat. You know, the Most High sent some people into your life. There's going to be a grand association to help you. You know, where if you would have just, you know, let them do what they're going to do in your life. With this 3 of air reversed, this talks about the time of utter desperation is gone. Maybe danger too. You know, if you would have just listened. But now, since you wanted to be hard-headed and you probably ran this person away, you probably decided not to bring this person into your life because of the things that you went through in your past. You think they're gonna fuck you over, but they're really not. Now, this consequence that the Most High was trying to keep this from happening to you, now it's inevitable that it's happening to you. You know? And this 4 of earth reverse, this talks about your extreme severity can estrange you from the reality that surrounds you. You are liable to fall into excessive ambitions, you know, stinginess, or on the other hand, squandering, excessive spending, trusting that you will always succeed materially. That's why you're so stubborn. You know, that's why you don't want to let people in. That's why, you know, when people are trying to come into your life to give you this 3 of water and to give you this, you know, to keep you in this vibration. This is the reason. This is what happens when you don't want to listen. You know, remember, the higher you reach, the more careful you have to be. It is difficult for human beings to keep their balance while on top. You can be surprised and fall as quickly as you rose to the top. You know? And when you're a spiritual human, you know, when you're a chosen one or soul family member, whatever you want to call it, a solar being, you have a lot of ancestors who are leading you and guiding you, you know, helping you out in different ways. Ain't that right, Ocean? She just chilling. She got her lemon. I don't know what this is. It's like some lemon cologne or whatever. It literally smells like fresh lemons. But, you know, so definitely heed that message, because this goes straight with this. This goes straight with this. So if you know, you got some soul family members around you and they're trying to you know, they're trying to hook you up with some people, or you got a person that just came into your life and you know that they're on this, you know that they're on that, and you know that they'll be able to help you to stay here. Don't think that they're the ops, all because of the things that you went through in your life path and you were tested a lot. So now your vision is blurred. You don't know who to trust and who not to trust. This is where shadow work comes in. This is where healing comes in. Your inner child would never steer you wrong, but you got to get to know your inner child, and you have to be able to trust that when you put your inner child on your shoulder, you know, you got to be able to remember that your inner child is billions and billions of years older than you. You know, you in this body. You got to remember that. Even though your inner child looks like a cute, cuddly little baby, you got to remember your inner child is light years older than you. So they know what to do. They know what's up. You know? So don't let this happen to you. Make sure that your intuition is on point. You know, make sure that your communication with the Most High is on point, so you won't be this fallen goat. Because I know it took you a long while to get up this mountain just for you to fall right back down. You know? So last but not least, let's see what Sunday has for us. All right. And this is Baba Luaye upright, which is very, very good. You know, Baba Luaye, he's very wise. He's very spiritually in tune, because Baba Luaye is the son of the great Nana Baruku, which is the grandmother Orisha. You know, so he got some very, very ancient spiritual knowledge. And Nana Baruku, I mean, not Nana Baruku, but Baba Luaye, he can bring famines, pandemics, and sickness to the world, you know, but he can also bring healing, positivity, and spiritual enlightenment as well, you know. So if you heed this message, as far as, you know, making sure that you stay on this path, less traveled, you're blazing this path for your legacy, even though you're being tested, you know, you stay steadfast, you keep your heart open. When the Most High brings people into your life to associate with you, to help you rise, you welcome them with opening arms and no judgment. And your time of desperation is over, and you are the GOAT. So a person that's went through all of this and they managed to keep their sanity, this is going to be you. A highly fraternal spiritual sense, charitable and humanitarian power, spirit of service, strong imagination, and a organizing mind, strongly sensitive to the pain of others, both physical and spiritual. He is always willing to cooperate as much as possible, and this quality becomes more noticeable with the passing of time. A process of illness that comes to an end. Say it again. A process of illness that comes to an end. Recovery and improvement from a state. Interference with joints and bones. Its influence extends to a dermatological level. I think that's what that says. But I like when it said a process of illness that comes to an end. Recovery and improvement from a state. That's very important, because everything is everything. When you learn from your mistakes and you stayed steadfast, rooted in truth throughout all of the craziness that's been going on, you know, it makes sense that once you get to the end of it all, you're going to have this highly fraternal spiritual sense. You know, the fact that through all of the, you know, the BS that you went through, all the tests, all the fighting, you know, you did that shadow work, you did that healing. So you have a charitable and humanitarian power, you know. a strong imagination, because even though you know, you might have went through some times of desperation, you know, even though you went through some you felt like you came from some bad karma, your strong imagination and your organizing mind, you was able to organize a plan to fight this beast and be victorious. You see how everything is everything? So right now, Baba Luaye and his stories, his patakis, is very important. You know, especially for my men out there that's really trying to make things happen right now. And you don't really have a lot of people that you can talk to. You feel like you're alone. You feel like you're the last of a dying breed. And even for my women out there who feel the same way, you know, this is very, very important. And if you really study the life and the different things that Baba Luaye represents on all levels, my friends, you will be glad that you did. All right. I appreciate all of you all for sticking it out with me, for rocking with me with these. I'm so grateful and so thankful for the viewership, because I remember when I first started doing these, I probably get like, you know, 60, 70, 80 views. Now I'm getting almost the same amount of views that I would get from a regular live stream. So even with my life and the stuff that I've been doing, I've been tested. You know, me doing these Orisha card readings is going down the path less traveled, and I was tested a lot. You know, I wondered, should I stop? Should I keep going? You know, certain people were coming into my life, helping me out, and it helped for my time of desperation to be over. And now this is what I got to look forward to, being the GOAT. So new videos, podcasts, well, not podcasts, but rant videos coming soon. I'm doing a lot of working right now so I can get this RV. So I appreciate y'all for all the love and support. And until next time, peace.